Welcome to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold, and in this show, we're going to highlight opportunities and solutions to help get you out of the rough and into success, both personally and professionally. In these tough economic times, I want to provide to you practical solutions to many of today's challenges. In today's show, I've got Jeri and Goldman, no strangers to the Santa Clarita Valley, and we're going to talk today, you're the owners of AM 1220 KHTS, the old KBET. Yep. That I remember.
That nostalgia touch.
Yes, the nostalgic touch. And you've embraced something recently in the last year and a half, 2 years, SCV Habitat for Heroes. Carl, tell me about the overview of what you're trying to get done there.
Sure, Fred. We were approached by Mike Mizrahi from the gas company, who's been very instrumental. The gas company's been really active in this project. And he sits on the board for Habitat for Humanity, which covers the San Fernando Valley, all of Santa Clarita, and all of the Antelope Valley. The Habitat had done a number of homes, actually 220 homes down in the San Fernando Valley, and decided they wanted a different twist. They wanted to focus on veterans. And how perfect was that? My dad was a veteran. Our oldest son, Ryan, went through West Point and is now getting ready to be deployed to Afghanistan. So it was dear to our hearts, and he started asking the big ask, would we do this? And it took Jeri less than 4 seconds to say yes. And so we launched SCV Habitat for Heroes under the Habitat Humanity umbrella with the concept of going out and refurbishing vet homes. And then a bigger vision of actually building some permanent homing for vets down the line. So we went out and we started doing what we call our Brush for Kindness, where we picked a veterans home here in Santa Clarita and went out to refurbish it. The first one actually was the last Veterans Day of 2011, the Saturday before Veterans Day, with Josh and Wendy Murphy, and we had a small group of our team go out there a few months earlier to talk to Josh and to Wendy. And I know, Jeri, you were part of that team. You walked in and tell that story.
You know, we had been through a couple homes taking applications, and he didn't want to come out of the room. So we walked out and thought, gosh, does he really want this? Does he really appreciate this? Come to find out that he had severe PTSD. So we kind of put the brakes on, and they put the committee through the PTSD training and found out that that's part of the PTSD. They don't want to be around people. Getting in a shower was something that was impossible for him. So, and as we've gone through this journey, he's now on other builds with us. Both of them are. So here's someone that wouldn't even come out of his bedroom and now is out painting and on ladders.
And part of the solution. And when you did that project, and we'll touch upon this briefly because it gives you an idea if you want to be a volunteer, get involved.
Absolutely.
It was CEOs, it was presidents of a bank,
Right.
it was
the whole community. It was a village of Santa Clarita coming out. We had 300 to 400 people out there, volunteers, painting. You're right, CEOs are painting.
Your family was out there?
Yeah.
Your whole family.
Yes, I'd never paint my own house, and I was painting someone else's. Tell me about, briefly, the Legion, and you have another build coming up.
We redid the American Legion. It was the American Legion bikers were coming out to all our projects, and we've had many through the year. And they, at one point, said, how do we get our place painted and drywalled?
And cleaned up.
I said, let's see what we could do.
Yeah.
And paint and drywall ended up being a $65,000 project, and Donna Deutschman, who's the CEO of Habitat for Humanity, San Fernando, Santa Clarita Valley, said, you guys can do this, but you have to raise money separate for this. So we did. We put on the stand-up guys last May, raised the money that we needed to.
Yes.
It was family friendly. It was a fabulous show. So we raised that money and we redid the American Legion.
Yeah.
And now it's something prideful for our community. And that happens to be the first movie theater that William S. Hart built too.
Yeah. It's nostalgic, but most of all, it's where veterans can go visit with other veterans. I want to jump to one of the biggest, most ambitious projects, I would say, in the country. And that is a veteran village. Tell us about the veteran village and what you've put together with that.
It's really exciting, and this has taken a team and the Habitat core group with Donna Deutschman and her staff, and then a lot of the board and volunteers. As we've gone down this path of refurbishing vet homes, Cal Vet got wind of what we were doing, and Cal Vet is the veteran administrative group for the state. You have the national vets and then CalVet. They saw what we were doing, and through a partnership, as we started having conversations, we created an idea of building an entire veteran village under the Habitat umbrella, using a combination of some of CalVet's resources, Habitat's resources, and then also a number of other organizations who have now joined in with us. This is going to be, this is so exciting. This is the first of its kind. It's right here in the heart of Santa Clarita. We're going to be building on 24 acres of land. We're going to be building 87 homes, permanent homes for vets, handing them the keys to the homes, and then also getting some sweat equity out of them as they do this, but really making it more than just being handed the keys to the home. It's giving them a full array of services.
And some of the services that you're going to put in place is education.
Yeah, and let me step back a minute. One of the reasons we chose Habitat, it's pay up, not pay out. It's, you know, they give back sweat equity hours for what we give to them, and it keeps just rolling on. It's a pay it forward. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. It's a wonderful program. Sorry.
They do not get a free house. So what they get is the ability to now own a home. So they're taking on a very low, a very affordable mortgage that can fit within the formula of their income. And more importantly, what we see happening, one of the areas with vets that we've discovered, and we see this with my son, and I saw it with my dad. They're proud folks, both the men and the women. They don't like to admit when they need a little help. They're the last ones to ask for anything. And so what we've discovered is the peer-to-peer counseling, the peer-to-peer camaraderie, realizing that they're not just there alone. That makes a giant difference. These are vets. Most of the vets we're going to be working with are not the vets of our grandfather's age. These are the vets that are our kids, Fred. They went through the Hart School District. They went and did 1, 2, 3 tours of duty. Now they're 24, 25, 26 years old. They're coming back with just a high school education and their military career behind them. So now they have to start all over again. We have about 600 of those young kids currently enrolled at College of the Canyons, who's doing an extremely innovative program right now for the vets. Jeri's been interacting with a lot of them, and I know you've been working with Renard Thomas over there, who's the point person at COC for this.
We've made some really wonderful collaborations within the community. We've got a collaboration with Action Family Zone, the Action Group with Carrie and Kirsten Kawashin. We're using their facility, Calvetta's, to take in the loans. We've made collaborations with COC. When we met with Diane Van Hook, we realized that the GI Bill pays for the kids to go to school only if they're taking a certain amount of credits. They have to be taking, I believe, 12. These kids are coming back. They don't want to be in school full time. They don't have the mindset for it. So we're also trying on a state level, national level, to change the GI Bill so they can be fast-tracked. So they can take one class, get it done in a 3 or 4 week period, and move on
to another class, because understanding that they're wired differently and their experiences are different.
And they don't want to be sitting in a classroom. But yet without that, they don't get paid because they're not taking the 12 units for the GI Bill. So there's things that have come out of it that are really incredible. We've got a partnership with Child and Family Center.
The sheriff's work with the sheriffs. The city has been incredible with this project. Buck McKeon and his office they've been rock stars.
You know, everyone's all in, and I think that's what's critical. How can those that want to find out more, whether they want to volunteer, whether they want to offer their services as a business owner, donate money or time, how can they reach out to you?
Two easy ways. The website, which is habitatscv.org, habitatscv.org. They can always reach us at the radio station at 298-1220, or go to hometownstation.com. We have plenty of information also on Habitat.
And if you want to be a part of the advisory committee and be part of the solution, email Carl. Your email address,
Absolutely. It's carl@hometownstation.com.
And Jeri, right?
Jeri,
Jeri
at hometownstation.com.
Well, thank you for
We're going to give you a quiz in a few minutes.
Yeah, we've got that all. And I want to say thank you very much for all you've done for the Santa Clarita Valley. Tremendous. Woman of the Year, Man of the Year, in different years, which means your household was busy. And, of course, your really nice son, Kyle. and Ryan for his service, and may God be with him in the coming years as he serves and deploys to harm's way.
And Fred, we know you have been a tremendous supporter of both our project and everything tied in with the military out here, so you're to be commended as well.
My pleasure, my pleasure. We're going to jump to a quick break, and we'll be right back.